Hey, what's up everybody? Sewer Badger here with the cast of the KSL. A recent patch has been delivered to us from Blizzard. And from the looks of things, the maps are gorgeous. And we're going to see them up here in the top left of Site Delta, representing the Freak of Freaks. It is SOS. And down here in the bottom left, representing Maturino Esports, it is Astrea. SOS already coming across the map with the cheeky probe. It says he started a pylon, but he's already scouting across the map with this. Not even a pylon scout. This is a before pylon scout. Already a gateway coming down. Gonna be seeing SOS here. Looking to get some harassment done on Astrea. Nothing really interesting going on right now, just standard stuff per usual. It's gonna try to get some damage done on that SCV building the barracks. Gonna go ahead and get some damage done. Astrea paranoid about this probe, and this probe is going to justify those paranoid instincts that probe is a very dangerous and psychotic machine. A cybernetics core coming down, and a marine starting up. I think it's going to be a very fast factory for Astrea here. Already SOS looking to block this natural for as long as he can. And Astrea is starting the CC on the high ground. Already a natural coming down is going to be standard stuff. And standard stuff we shall see for the next minute or so. Well, as standard as sending your first probe, one of your first probes across the map can ever be, but, you know, who cares about the little details. Gonna be an adept here. Gonna be able to get some good scouting done. No Reaper is gonna be coming across the map, so SOS really doesn't have to worry about that. This probe going on a bit of a cheeky path, scouting for proxies. Gonna be checking across here, but of course Astrea is not proxying. He is just going for a fast factory. Adept heading across the map here. Natural almost finished. Second adept on the way, and it is a double gateway here. And just the area that the SOS had vacated, Astrea is now going to proxy a starport. This adept going to be coming back across the map to join this second adept. Robo coming down. So it's going to be double gate into Robo, maybe looking to anticipate the cyclones, which are indeed coming, but probably not expecting this proxy starport, which is going to start a Liberator. And forward pylon going to be able to scout that out before it gets into the main base, and double Hellion hiding in these bushes. And this probe has still been on the scout. Did he find it? No! It is just at that little triangle. And here, Astrea is going to be moving out into an all-in with the double Cyclone, double Hellion push. That's going to have a Liberator double prom, but I think SOS is going to be able to capably deal with that with the pylon being able to scout for it. Pylon block at the third. This probe going to be sneaking in here, going to get caught by this marine. But on the other side of the map, it's going to be two of SOS's stalkers moving to defend. A battery over here going to be able to keep much of this safe for a little bit. And then when the push finally comes, a super battery overcharge is indeed going to be activated, keeping Astrea back for the time being. I'm sorry about that. Let me go ahead and turn down the music because that is just absurd. Going to be repositioning Astrea here. SOS moving across the map, but upon seeing those, going to reconsider that. Two more Cyclones. An observer looking to keep an eye on things going on over there. These probably going to be going for a Cyclone drops. Stalkers repositioning to defend against just such an attack. Pylon on the way, and a Twilight Council being put over here, and this is going to get shut down pretty quick here. Is he going to lose a Stalker? He is going to lose a Stalker for a Cyclone, and even trade, as with the increased buff to the cost of the Cyclone, it is going to be fairly even trades between Stalkers and Cyclones, I think. I can't see the costs in this. However, we can look at the units lost. Okay, it looks like Astrea has lost more. 200 more to be precise, which can be explained by Stalkers, or SCVs. Starport going to be caught by these Stalkers, who are going to indeed put it into flames, but I think it's going to be safe? No, it doesn't look like it. I think it's going to be lit. I think it's going to be very close to dying. These two Hellions looking to scout if there's a third, going to probably put some damage on it, but it is going to be scouted by that Nexus, however, inadvertently. It's going to be a Starport going down here, forcing Astrea to rebuild rebuild the Starport. Gonna be a little defensive in the meantime. Gonna be a Hellion scouting for some proxies from SOS. SOS arguably one of the craziest StarCraft players, if you measure it by the amount of Nexus recall rushes you've seen a pro do. You don't know crazy until you've seen a cannon rush. Wait, never mind, no, that's standard. You don't know crazy until you've seen a Nexus rush. It's going to be saturating this third, Astrea. Not looking to take a third. Alarm bells are probably ringing in SOS's head right now. It's probably going to be a 2-base push out of Astrea, a armory going to be somewhere? No? Okay, the caster is high off his ass. He's going to try to get that probe, and he is going to get 4 probes before that finally goes down. SOS just setting up outside of Astrea's base. Astrea not able to catch a whole lot of damage here, and already the worker count is heavily in favor of SOS. And the army is in favor of Astrea. And with that being said, it's going to be a push from Astrea, going to be a standard tank push, 2-base. But, whoa, that was 14 SCVs going down. Astrea now completely all in, with SOS already saturating up a 3rd base. The storms being out here, charge being available. I think this is just straight up shut down, and it's gonna in fact be flanked here, gonna be broadsided, gonna force him back, gonna have some time. The mine is gonna catch some damage, gonna kill 2, gonna get some good damage on those zealots, and gonna force Astrea to bug out of there. And Astrea just is falling further behind. We see a command center on the production tab, but that is casual. I think that's like 4 or 5 minutes late. More zealots going to be warped in here. SOS looking to end this match. Scan in the main. Gonna probably catch whatever is maybe there. I don't know what's there. Widow Mine in the middle of the map, looking to catch some damage or drop here. 2 Widow Mines. And that's 10 workers. But it doesn't matter, because on the other side of the map, Astrea is losing everything. Wow. Those are some menacing supply depots. But it is going to supply block the heck... Well, it isn't going to supply block Astrea, but... Astrea looking to do some meching here. Ended up going to bio anyway, and... SOS just overwhelming him. Second map's going to be on Hecate. And this time Astrea's going to be playing Protoss. Hecate, a very beautiful map, but a very pink map. Let's go ahead and pull that tab up. I forgot in the previous game. Sorry about that. Up here, in the top right, representing the Afrika Freaks, it is SOS. And down here in the bottom left of Hecate, representing Matrino Esports, it is Astrea. Still haven't quite figured out the full casting technique, but hey, it's a PvP here. Didn't fully zoom out. Adorable little proby boy. People are so terrified of probes, especially Zergs. I wonder why. Millions of years of cannon rushing trauma flashes by every Zerg watching this. And then they calmly reply, yeah, I don't know why. Astrea looking to go Nexus first here. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, in the hands of a wizard like Astrea, it's definitely a pretty fun build. But it's going to be severely defensive here. The tech for SOS is going to be much faster. Two probes tacitly passing by each other. This probe from Astrea going to be waltzing on across here. And it's just, I don't know. This is a heavy risk from Astrea. It's going to be keeping an eye on this probe. SOS going to be scouting around. Going to indeed find out that it is a Nexus first. Astrea looking to get some mineral line harassment done, but is getting pushed away by that one probe. Second pylon finishing up, and Astrea knows that it's not a proxy, and this probe is still getting chased halfway across the map like it owes Astrea's probe money, but that is neither here nor there. Double Stalker starting up for SOS, and this is probably just about the worst way it could end for Astrea in this game. But that's not to say that by any means Astrea is dead, but it is to say that Astrea is going to have a very hard time defending. Is going to place a battery down, I think. Astrea? What is he thinking? You know, to get really into the minds of pros, really one heck of an accomplishment. Battery does go down at the natural, and Stalker's being chronoed out. Another Stalker queued up behind this. What is the tech path of choice for Astrea here? There's two Stalkers already pushing across the map. They're going to arrive here just before the battery finishes. Going to get some valuable damage on that Stalker. And some valuable damage on that probe. Going to catch a little probing. Zealot's going to waltz right in here into the main. Waltz right here into the natural. About that, I had to mute for a second. Pylon block here, preventing that Zealot from getting into the main, but no worker being started up. No worker. The thing that you build from a gateway. You all know what I'm talking about. Unit. That's the magical word. Astrea holding on here into the early game. A battery being started up in the main, going to be able to prevent this Oracle from catching too much damage. In the tech path of choice from Astrea, looks like it's going to be a Robo. Very defensive, very solid, but also by the same token, going to force him into, I don't know. Honestly, I just think that Astrea is probably the only person who could make something like that work. On the other side of the map here for SOS, going to be dropping a Twilight Council and another Gateway. It looks like it's going to be 3-gate Robo here. Two Stalkers going to be preventing Astrea from having that probe back. Not sure what it was doing on the other side of the map. It is going to be a proxy over here, probably a proxy Gateway. Two more Gateways starting up for Astrea. Two Stalkers up here in the main, going to be preventing against any Oracle harass. 4 Gateways on the way. Warp Prism here for Astrea, and 2 more Stalkers get warped in here at the front. 3 Stalkers here in the natural. Blink being started here. A Dark Shrine here almost finished up for SOS, and luckily for Astrea, he has an Observer. I imagine we're going to be seeing a recall out of Astrea to defend against any to defend against the DTs that are going to be waltzing up right into his natural here. A Warp Prism here, going to really reinforce this attack. Astrea slightly up in Stalkers in this particular battle. And a Revelation is just going to help SOS keep an eye. 2 batteries going to keep him safe. Astrea looking to target down these batteries. But Astrea has enough to one-shot. Meaning that even through the battery, SOS is going to have a hard time. 2 Zealots have been warped in for Astrea. Astrea looking to get that critical mass up again to be able to one-shot these Stalkers. Oops. And this has all of a sudden become 9 times harder for SOS here. Astrea warping in, more Stalkers going to get a blink off. And blink is almost done for SOS, who is going to be pulling probes into this. And then he changes his mind and pulls back. Oh my god. Astrea just putting on this damage. I think this is going to be an SOS getting... Oh, maybe not stomped. I don't think it's a stomp. Meanwhile, 4 more gateways being started up for SOS, who is going to be microing his heart out to try to keep himself alive long enough for those to really come into effect. But shield battery overcharge is going to be started here. And I'm not certain if he's going to be able to hold on long enough. More Stalkers being warped in here, Zealot being very efficient in his tanking. More Stalkers going down for SOS, and I think that's going to be GG. Oh my god, this is so rough for SOS. These are all finished. But does SOS have the money? He does not, and that is going to force SOS to GG right out of here. Proving that this opening is very effective in PvP. Gonna go into game number 3 here on Golden Aura. SOS versus Astrea. It's gonna be another PvP. Gonna see what's going to shake here. As we have down here, spawning down here in the bottom right of Golden Aura, it is SOS. And up here in the top left, it is the magical, mystical man, Astrea. I don't know, I feel like the magic protoss really fits Astrea because he pulls off things that really shouldn't work, but by the same token, he's going up against the OG magic man down here in the bottom right. Having pulled off a proxy nexus in someone's main, building a probe in said main, and then building a pylon in said main, warping in DTs. Again, I'm repeating myself, but it was in said main, and winning with that pylon in Bunny's main. I cannot emphasize how excited I am to actually be able to cast these. SOS is... I have long been an SOS fan because he is just absolutely crazy strategies and just absolute capacity for coming up with things that just catches opponents consistently off guard. Makes for a very entertaining cast to make, and it looks like it's going to be mirrored openings coming here in Game 3 between SOS and Astrea. SOS going to be scouting around the corners, maybe looking to proxy, maybe looking to scout a proxy. There's no second pylon. SOS is looking to proxy. It is going to be a proxy right here, going to try to trick Astrea into thinking there is a... I don't know. I mean, he could start a pylon. Could? No, probably not. Never mind. Astrea's going to come in here and note the lack of a second pylon, and is going to be very paranoid of a scout. He is going to do some mineral line harass as well, which makes scouting in PvP very much easier than in the other 2 matchups. You see you see a second pylon you're not getting proxied. You see a second pylon, or you don't see a second pylon, you're not getting proxied. Over here, it's going to be a fake proxy, it looks like. Nothing really being placed there. On the other side of the map, it is going to be standard stuff. We're going to see some adept dueling here. Stargate from Astrea, from SOS. We have nothing solid yet. A third pylon coming down, the second pylon not being utilized. It is going to be a defensive setup from our blue protoss. For the red protoss, it is going to be an oracle, adept into oracle, into double stalker. It's going to be a pure aggression out of Astrea here. And a natural coming down for SOS. Gonna keep him, gonna give him a faster nexus before Astrea. Astrea are gonna be trying to shade up into this main, but it probably, but a placed battery is gonna stop those adepts from being able to shade up there. And it's gonna cancel right before it finishes up. Two stalkers, an anger two stalkers and a bone to pick with these two adepts, and they're gonna recall out of there. Stalker gonna be pulling back here. These just as these adepts gonna be pulling. Battery gonna be canceling here. Just as these. Oh, I feel like that's. I really feel like that's not a I'm trapped in here with you, but you're trapped in here with me sort of scenario. These two adepts gonna cancel that shade, and they're gonna try to shade in again. Two more stalkers being started up. Twilight Council existing for our Protoss player. Gonna be triple Phoenix out of Astrea, and faster Nexus. Really gonna net him a faster, higher worker count. Two adepts gonna be shading in here. Gonna cancel before last second. 3 Phoenix here. No more on the way. Gonna be putting some damage down on this Nexus as it finishes up a probe. It's looking to pick off that probe. Astrea is gonna do some damage to that. But SOS is going to bait Astrea into thinking he can actually get anything done here. 2 probes have gone down, 3 probes, 4 probes, 5 probes. That is insane. These 2 stalkers loitering over here. Really should have no loitering sign, but these adepts really keep. Oh! Get in, they get in, and that is a very lucky adept that it didn't get lifted by another Phoenix. More stalkers going to be coming out of here. Blink is about a third of the way done. 4 Phoenix for Astrea. Probably looking to come in here. Gonna scout around a bit more. How does SOS deal with this? Phoenix running rampant, and they're gonna run out of energy before they can catch a whole lot of damage. 5 probes going down, a sentry and a stalker also dying here. Another base for SOS, gonna put him ahead in workers. Wait, no, he's gonna be behind in workers, but ahead in bases, which is weird. There's 4 Phoenix loitering over here in the corner. Gonna be kept cornered by these stalkers. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Immortal getting chronoed out. Already going to be joining the first one that's already there. There's 2 adepts. Gonna catch some damage. One worker. Gonna be charge coming up here. 5 gateways being started up. Still, 4 Phoenix keeping 8 stalkers tied. It's gonna give Astrea the map control for the time being. A hallucinated Phoenix is gonna scout around here. An equally hallucinated Phoenix gonna also be scouting. Is gonna find these stalkers and immortals moving across the map with a sentry. Are these Phoenix going to try to dive into the natural? Well, SOS is tied up? Maybe. They're going to go for the main, though. And they are not going to be able to find a whole lot. It's going to push back by 3 stalkers. Blink already being done means that they can get back into shield battery range without a whole lot of worries. They'll be diving in here into the natural where they'll be able to find some damage. 15 out of 16 probes on that natural. And more probes going down. 6 probes! Jesus Christ, Astrea. 8 probes. Oh my god. 2 more batteries coming down on the other side of the map, with Triangle 3rd being taken. And charge finishing up for Astrea. Meanwhile, charge on the other side of the map is being equally done. Check the upgrades. It looks like SOS has a major upgrade advantage here. And he's looking to leverage it. These Phoenix have done their damage and had their fun on SOS's side of the map, but SOS has had enough. Archon starts up. Gonna be able to help deal with these. Probe pull really gonna also deal a lot of damage, but these are a lot of stalkers. This is a lot of stuff for SOS. But as this dust storm continually goes up, gonna be seeing that SOS is gonna have to pull out here. This Immortal here gonna be really catching him off guard, but more Zealots. SOS wasn't done. He's out for blood. Wow. Really putting in the work as those batteries. And SOS is gonna lose pretty much everything on Astrea's side of the map. Astrea with a very good defense here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, SOS calmly macroing up. Grabbing his own Templar archives, more Zealots being warped in somewhere. Where are those Zealots being warped in? Wait. What? Oh. Oh. Interesting. It is gonna get scouted by Astrea. Oh, wait. He has a Diva skin? Diva voice pack? Okay. Templar Archives finished up for SOS. It's now going to warp in 8 High Templar. Is there a tech switch for SOS? Doesn't look like it. Meanwhile, on the other side, waging a furious battle is SOS. He is going to have to pull on out of here. Astrea looking to pick off some stragglers. Meanwhile, on SOS's side of the map, another proxy pylon going to be put down. And SOS, even after it gets scouted, is going to place a gateway next to it. What did I tell you? Absolute madman. As for Phoenix still alive from the early game, these absolute Giga Chads. But their time is soon ending. More Zealots, more Archons. On Astrea's side of the map, it is more Phoenix. Another Phoenix finishes up here. No, it got cancelled. Oh no. Another Immortal being started up. And it is going to be a hefty positioning battle between Archon Charge Lot here. And it is going to be very furious. A bunch of Archons, a bunch of Charge Lots. Jesus, did that Archon just get 4? It did get 4, didn't it? It is going to be Charge Lot Immortal Archon from Astrea, whereas just pure Charge Lot Archon from SOS. Furious battle here, but in the end, it is SOS's. Astrea going to be forced to pull back to these batteries here, and oh my god. SOS just shoving up here into the main. And he is going to get up into the main. And it's going to be a recall to keep this main safe. But that's not going to keep him in position for all this push over here. Which is going to catch up another pylon. Astrea dropping in a supply, but is has a bit of a a bit of a army advantage. Meanwhile, on SOS's side of the map, nothing really much going on that is particularly spectacular over here. SOS pulling back, is going to be losing a lot. But clearly not enough, as he is forced to tap out. GG, well played Astrea, taking the series 2-1. Absolute banger of a series. Furious PvP, and it ends in GG in favor of Astrea. So you can see here we have a lot more cast to go. Already at the bottom, the Hero versus Firefly already being casted here. But we're gonna see some more. Up next is probably going to be Oliveira versus Gumio, so that's something to look forward to in the future. Guys, I am thankful that you stuck around this long. If you enjoy that, please leave a like, leave a subscribe. Have a wonderful night, drink water, hug your loved ones, and have an awesome week.